Alright, welcome back to the channel. We are going to start a whole new build. I picked up this trailer here. It's a 6x10. I really didn't pay much for it, for the condition it's in. Our plan is we are going to make this our glamping vehicle because we are still in the middle of building our Subaru. The best part about this is my Subaru actually tows this little trailer. We are going to put a small window on this side. Not fond about this style of latch, so I'm going to see if I can convert this over to a better latch system. I like the fact it has the drop down rear door, because this gives us the ability to haul our e-bikes. And we can put kayaks on the Subaru or my truck, so we can pretty much do whatever we want with this. But this will give us the extra comfort that we might need on long trips. Well, since I'm not very tall, I have clearance. We are going to strip everything out of this completely and redo the interior, put in some little lights. We will have solar panels on the top, but we're going to run one of those power packs instead, because that power pack is the same one we're using in the Subaru build. And also the 12-volt cooler will be the same one, so we're not buying multiple things. The solar panels on top are coming off an old camper of ours, just like the window that we're going to put on this side, and then we're going to put a larger window on this side just for the light. We'll put a fan in here. We're going to put a 12-volt diesel heater, but most everything is going to be mounted on the tongue. I'm going to get just one of those big toolboxes, mount it to this. I'll have to figure out something else with the spare tire. And in the midst of it, I got a little bit of repair work to do. Overall, it looks good. Underneath isn't rusted out. Does have a little bit of water damage back in this area back here. It's just a little bit, but that's no big deal. We'll reseal it. All this wood's going to come out anyways because we are going to insulate this. I'll have to weld in some more supports when I cut this out for the window, just like this side, because this is a support and this is a support. Well, this side window might fit in there. There's some rust we're going to take care of and repaint. Hopefully this will be a quick build. The Subaru, the only reason I don't trust it right now is I do need a motor in it. I don't want to take it that far. So this will give us the ability to use my truck. And then when I get the motor rebuilt for the Subaru, that's going to be our main camping vehicle. But this will be nice if we want to take our bikes with us. A lockup storage. We can also sleep in here if need be, but for the most part, if we tow it with the Subaru, we'll sleep in the Subaru. We tow it with my truck, we can sleep in the back. But this will be cooking and all that other stuff. Oh, I'm also going to put an awning on this side of it. Let's get started. All right, now that we're done with the, well, most of the tear down inside, I think the first thing I want to tackle is stabilizing this rear end. We're going to be in there walking around. More than likely you can make it do a wheelie if you really wanted to. Oh yeah. Alright, so I've been buying a bunch of crap for it. I'm going to unload this. And somewhere in there I have the rear stabilizers that drop down off an old tent trailer. I went out back, cut them off. I'm hoping to fab them up underneath the back of this. That way there's no crank. It's all up underneath, tucked in. Yeah, I can unload that and move all this crap. Now I need to figure out how much of this I'm going to save on these jacks, how they work. I'm hoping there's a spot underneath I can weld these two. Alright, let's see what we have to work with under here. Hope this light's charged. Good enough for now. Okay. Yeah, hopefully I'll clean this up right here. Okay. We'll try and get this braced in here, and it should come in here at an angle. That way when it comes out, it drops at an angle. Kind of looks like this was welded on the side part of that frame, which would work. And I think you just pull this out like that. There. And that should be long enough. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off where this is welded to that. I'm going to cut here, here, and across there. And then see if I can clean some of this up. And I think we're just going to weld that as level as we can under there. Just like that. So this will go on the side. Get the other one cleaned up and then I'll go figure it out. So, prep those. Actually they're down there now. I was under there prepping the frame. And I got to this side. There's angle iron there. So I was like, alright, well maybe we should put them here. And there's already one right in the middle. Works the exact same. But that's just for unloading and loading. I didn't even see this thing under there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount them on the inside here. While I'm here, I can prep all this so we can paint. I'm going to go ahead and wire brush all this down. But yeah, I felt kind of dumb when I saw that under there. So now it's going to have 3 because I'm not going to cut that one out. I'm just going to add 2 more because I want the stability on the sides. Yeah, wish I would have saw that. Anyways, I'm going to get this done, prepped, painted, and then we're going to move on to probably mounting the spare tire somewhere else. Okay, well I got all 3 down. That'll do for me. Now we got to do something with that spare tire. I want to use this space for a toolbox, and I need to fix that. So I was going to try and reuse some of this. And while I was at Harbor Freight, they sold a universal spare tire mount kit. But what I want to be able to do is bolt this, I don't know, here somewhere. Because there's a beam here. If I can figure out how to get this to where I can just bolt into threads. Since the inside's apart, once I figure out the outside, this spacing on that is pretty nice to where I can probably get maybe a piece of angle iron so where it's flat, and then weld the nut to the angle iron to where if I ever need to remove that, it's removable without having to tear this whole wall back apart. So I'm going to go ahead and get that front one, the tire off. I should check the date on the tire. It's probably original. And get that cut off and ground down. And I think another thing I want to try and cover in this video is need to address this. I understand this helps with the weight of the door, but I'm curious on how heavy the door is. Maybe I can come up with a different way to where I don't have these garage door springs. If we're in here all the time and trying to do stuff, when these things do decide to break, they're loud. I think I can come up with a better idea. Anyways, let's get the spare on. If we get the spare on, I can mount my toolbox. I don't know, I bought a cheap Amazon toolbox. And then we have 2 windows we're gonna put in, max air fan. I don't remember what all I bought. I have a diesel heater in there, lighting, batwing, awning. Anyways, let's get to the spare tire. All right. Well, I got that the old one cut off. A little rusty, but of course I run into an issue, like everything I touch. Thought I was gonna outsmart it, take the easy way out. This universal one, this plate's not even big enough. Like by the time I put one of these in, line it up, it doesn't, this lower hole doesn't match up to anything, anywhere. No matter where I go, of course it doesn't line up. So we're just gonna modify this one. I'm gonna weld a plate on the back of this. We'll do 6-inch, mainly because it's gonna be on that, let me go measure that. Anyways, if I have angle iron on each side of that 1.5 inch, that this can bolt to, and I'll weld nuts on the inside. It's spreading that load on that wall from what I can think is going to be good. And then the weight of this tire, since it's actually fairly heavy, won't break away. Anyways, I'm going to put some earplugs in, measure this out 6 inches, cut it. I want to box this back and the bottom in also while I'm at it, and then answer the phone. Let's do 6x6. I think I might cut this at an angle and bend this down. Alright, I'm gonna think it'll hold pretty decent. I'm gonna clean these welds up here. I should probably go over their weld also. They don't look the greatest. Anyways, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up, wire brushed, drill a couple of holes, and I'm going to paint it before I can actually get it installed. Yep. Alright, I think I figured out a way to mount this thing. I didn't want to use flat bar because by the time I bolt to it and I'm going to weld it to that 1.5 inch tubing, I chance melting the aluminum side. So I figure if I use, I was hoping for angle iron, but I couldn't find the right size. I could drill, get my nuts in here, get them welded, leave an 1.5 inch gap, and then when I go to bolt this up, I'll get this bolted on, and then I can just weld this upper lip while it's clamped. And it shouldn't pull too dramatically. Like I can always put a little stitch on each side and then across the top, and it shouldn't pull up. At least that's my thought process. So I'm gonna get this cut into 6-inch lengths, and then I got to figure out where my holes are going to be drilled. I only need 4 holes, and then it's gonna have to be offset a little on each side, just a little bit, because this is 2 inch, that's 1.5 inch, and this is 6 inch. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get something done. Okay, get some holes drilled. Close enough. I'm going to put some paint on her and paint the other unit, get it drying. Take my earplugs out so I quit yelling at everybody. And then figure out what I gotta do next. Alright, while that paint's drying, I went out and I removed this gutter deal off of the camper out back. It has these little, I don't know, downspouts. Here's the other one here. I want to put a gutter along the top and all the way down the side, because I want to put this gigantic awning up. I went through the instructions and I have to figure out how to get these brackets mounted. So I figured the best thing to do is to get the gutters up, because that's going to determine my spacing. I ordered this, I think it's a 270-degree awning. This, well, this shows it on the driver's side. This is a passenger side one. I think they just throw whatever instruction in. So it's going to be able to cover the entire passenger side plus the back. And that gutter system's just a bonus because we have a lot of rain, because 2 minutes ago it wasn't raining, and I don't know if it comes across on camera, but it's raining again. So I want to put a gutter on this, otherwise this awning where I live just still get wet somehow. I need to scrape this goo off. I'm going to cut it the size, try and figure out how I want to fit this. This is big enough for the back. And I still need to go out and pull the side gutter off the camper to put on the side of this one, because it's 10 feet long. Anyways, let's get to it. Alright, oop, my light's on. Went ahead and
Took this cable off this thing because I'm still not sure about this. It's kind of rusty. If I do keep it, I'm gonna have to replace that spring just because I don't want all that rust falling all the time. But here's the gutter. I know it's gonna have a gutter here already, but I like this style. I still need to put one on the side, but that'll be for tomorrow. I think it'll ride nice up there, and plus I haven't cleaned any of the top. It's pretty gross. Need to get this thing cleaned up before I start doing too much more exterior work to it. I took that assist off the back of this. It's very heavy, so I ordered something that'll be here in the next couple days. I'm hoping to at least assist some of the lift of it, not all of it. It's not that heavy. It's just not something that you want to do multiple times. So I'm gonna get this thing washed up. All right, it's all clean. It's back in here, the best I can get it in here with more room. Went ahead and installed this other little gutter, which I didn't realize it had this place for an awning, which, whatever, it works. Put the spare on. I think it'll be a good place for it. Now we got to figure out how I'm going to mount that batwing awning. I'm gonna have to put some sort of bracing somewhere in here. All right, we were given 3 brackets like that, really thick, really heavy duty. I think the instructions suggest to mount it, I guess like this, but I'm wondering if I should go like that. All right, well, this is what I come up with. I went ahead and notched this out. I'm gonna lay some more of that butyl tape in here and then put this in and then line this slope up here. And I think I'm just gonna drill holes all the way through those beams. And then I have lap self-leveling sealant for RVs that I'll cover this with after I install the solar panels and what is that, a max air fan. I'm gonna go ahead and get these 3 drilled, bolted, see if I can get this mounted. Might be a little bit of a pain by myself. Wish me luck. All right, well, unfortunately this last one I needed to move it, let's see here, over to the far end here. I'm still wondering if I can get close enough here to possibly hit this beam. I hit one under here somewhere, but so I'm gonna have to take some time and remove that since I need that gone anyways. So it's always something. We'll come back. I'm gonna tear all that other wood out or grind it out. Alright, here's my finished product. I haven't been able to open it because this stupid carport's in my way. I was more concerned about getting this bracket back, but this little flap here won't secure. I may have to move this back a little further once I can get it out of here and open this up, but that'll be for another day. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. When we come back on the next one, we'll be putting windows in and ventilation and all kinds of stuff. But between now and then, I'm gonna get this all removed, the wood removed, that wood over there removed, and get all this cleaned up. That way I'm fresh and ready.
Thanks for watching.